Hello, Epic 7. I know, it's Mola Monday and you're all expecting a Hall of Trials video, but that's just going to have to wait till tomorrow because I am farming. I am burning leaves like a Grateful Dead concert, and I'm going to put that off till tomorrow when I can pop an unequipped ticket. Now don't be mad. I know we're right at the end of the buff event, but we've come up with some new tech and I wanted to get this out there. Other than the Watcher Straze team, I think it is the highest success rate Wyvern team out there. So successful, in fact, I dare say it's close to a 99% win rate. I've been running this all day, and I've had 3 fails. So it's the standard Wyvern team, but we're replacing Camilla with Ken. Let's go over the units real quick. First, let's talk about Sinful Angelica. Her base stat requirements are under 230 speed. Over 230 speed, she has a chance to go before the Wyvern, so make sure you're under 230. Make sure she has 200% or higher effect resistance, even if it means turning on her self-imprint. This will keep the Wyvern from being able to strip or push you back. As for an artifact, you can use an ER boosting artifact if you need it. You can use a damage boosting artifact if you need it. I chose to use Midnight Bloom because it lets me run at a lower crit rate for the rest of the team, and this gave me an easier target stat point. Her EE doesn't matter, literally pick any of them. It's just a speed imprint, so be careful about her speed. Next unit on the team is Seaside Bellona. She is our stage 1 clear unit. You want to make sure she is about 170 speed or faster. The slower she is, the faster your Sinful Angelica will need to be, so she has more time with that speed buff to stay ahead of the Blaze Dragonas. The Blaze Dragonas are 175 speed, but with the speed buff given by Sinful Angelica, Bellona cuts them at this speed every time. If you do not have or do not want to run Seaside Bellona, you can run Clarissa just as well. Clarissa is going to need to be strong enough to kill the Bloodridge Naga in the back, which has about 13.5k health. That way she can trigger her extra attack and finish off the enemy. You do not need effectiveness on her, but it's nice to have. It gives you a chance to stick the target debuff for a little bit faster clears at the end, but really that's just icing on the cake. You need her at 85% crit chance, but remember I'm getting another 16 crit chance from the Midnight Bloom artifact, so I would be good all the way down to 69% crit chance. As for an artifact, you can run Yuna's artifact, Otherworldly Machine, and that will give you extra damage on all of her AoE attacks. You could run her own artifact, Rangar's Drink. If it's plus 30, that gives you a very easy clear. You could also run Portrait of the Saviors or some other damage boosting artifact. In a perfect world, you're able to pull this off with Daydream Joker. I'm very close to that, but my Rift team robbed some of her gear. With Daydream Joker, you can make it an even cleaner, faster kill rate when you go in to fight the Wyvern, because she does get at least one S1 off. Now we'll talk about Rem. My Rem's damage took a little bit of a hit because the Rift unit stole a lot of her gear. But basically, you want to put her on a rage set, ideally a pen set, but this is what we've got. This was as best I could do and still maintain the damage I need. 69% crit chance, again, because I am running the Midnight Bloom artifact. Without Midnight Bloom, you'll want to be at the 85% crit chance mark. Because she will be in demon mode, she doesn't need any effectiveness, and of course, Daydream Joker is the artifact of choice. Now, Fire Ken replaces our Camilla. We used to run Ross for a 60% defense break, and then we started running Camilla because she's faster at a 50% defense break. Well, Ken has a 100% defense break, and that's what makes this team so heckin' stable. His animation is a hair slower, but it's worth it for the stability of the 100% break. The only thing you need on Ken is 65% effectiveness. And when I say that's the only thing, I mean it. He doesn't need the rage set, he doesn't need the pen set. That's all he needs is the effectiveness, because Ken really doesn't do any damage. He sets the defense break and doesn't do anything else. If you want to put a rage set on him with pen set, that's great. It does give you a little bit more damage, but I'm not even kidding when I say it's not that worth it, because he's the one who sets the first debuff, so you don't even get the benefit of the rage set. The only way it comes into play is if you are terribly unlucky and he gets to take another turn. The whole reason I have him on Rage Pen is because that's what he's normally geared for Ancient Inheritance. I might even strip it down to even more bare bones because it's just a waste to put decent gear on him. Make sure you've got the EE that lets him dual attack. That's the magic of this team, is he needs his dual attack EE. Have him on Warhorn and make sure that he cuts Sinful Angelica so he goes first. And that's kind of important. That way he cuts up in front of Angelica, applies the defense break, and then Angelica does her dual attacks into that defense break. It just makes a more stable, cleaner run. Okay, let's jump into this fight. We want to turn Rem's skills off. That is important. At the start of the fight, Sinful Angelica applies a speed buff and an attack buff to everybody. The speed buff lets Seaside Bellona cut in front of the Dragona and use her S3, giving her 3 focus points. The first Dragona attacks, then the second Dragona attacks, and that triggers her S2, which kills the stage 1 mobs. If this doesn't kill the stage 1 mobs, re-gear, change artifacts. The Wyvern hits the Singelica, who doesn't get pushed back and doesn't get stripped because of her effect resistance. Dual attack with Ken, 100% chance to defense break. Rem hits, 50% chance to defense break. Rem hits again, 50% chance to defense break. Sinful Angelica goes, 2 more 50% shots at defense break. Bellona uses her S1, and Rem finishes it off with a full attack left to go. As you can see, this is an incredibly fast, clean, clear team, and if I put better gear on Rem, it could be even faster. I suspect I could kill it before Bellona takes a turn, or have Bellona's S1 be what finishes the Wyvern off. Now, just to show how stable this team is, I went ahead and fired up another round, recorded them all, and ran a full set of 31 more fights. And it just kept going and going and going. We chewed through the Wyvern really good, but then I hit a snag where Ken didn't do the defense break, and then I missed a coin flip, and then I missed another coin flip. But you know what? On the 3rd coin flip, I reapplied the defense break, and even though I didn't get the target debuff there, it was close enough that the Wyvern just has a sliver of health left. Sinful Angelica takes a dirt nap, and Ken, of all people, finishes it off. Really, Bellona probably would have finished it off if I had Daydream Joker or slightly better gear on her. But let me tell you how stable this is. On my 8th run, I really thought I was in trouble.
Let's start with something light.
Bellona didn't do a defense break. I didn't get any defense breaks off of my 2 hits. Ken didn't land his defense break. I've missed all my coin tosses. Look at this. 6 coin tosses, 100% defense break, and Bellona's S2 skill. I don't know what the odds are of not getting a defense break on any of those hits. But even when that happened, Bellona finally got a defense break on her extra attack. And Rem counterattacks. Ken takes a couple hits to the face. Being an HP scaler, he is able to survive quite well, and I still pulled it off. Now, that could be a fail condition, right? I did get a little bit lucky with Bellona's S2, but I mean, come on guys, I was due. Bellona's S2 after missing 6 50% coin flips and 100% defense break. You can't say I got lucky in that fight. But I do think that's the scenario which does, every once in a blue moon, cause a fail. Through the rest of the 30 fights, I didn't experience anything else like that. It was just round after round of clean Wyvern murdering. Nobody tell PETA about this team, because that was 32 Wyverns in the dirt. But just to show that wasn't a fluke, I ran another round of 31 Wyverns, still cleared every single one of them. As I said, I've been running this team all day. I've had 3 fails. It's a very fast, reliable, and stable clear. Rip my second Camilla. I guess I'll find a job for her somewhere. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it was so late in coming. I know the Hunt Buff event's almost over, but hey, you will be ready for the next one. Don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and pulverize that bell harder than Rem is pulverizing these Wyverns. And I will catch you in the next video. Have a great one, Epic 7.